Welcome to Bad Camberg. All right, so we are in the federal state of Hessen, only about or less than an hour's train ride away from Frankfurt, Frankfurt am Main, Hauptbahnhof. And this is a town that honestly we had never heard of until just a couple of days ago, right? And Betty was scrolling through Instagram and she saw this building. She said, "Hey, have you heard of Bad Camberg?" I was like, "No." And it is an unbelievably pretty little city, and just full of the beautiful half-timbered houses that we like so well. It looks like a fairy tale. And we just came up here. We took the train from Frankfurt, and it's spectacular. I tell you, it's got a nice church. We had a nice lunch, and we're going to show you around the town. It is really beautiful, and I think you're going to like this one, right?
I think so.
All right, so welcome to Bad Camberg. All right, and this is the building that we saw on Instagram that made us want to come here. And it is one of the most beautiful half-timbered buildings in the city, in a city that's full of beautiful half-timbered buildings, let me tell you. This one was built in the 1590s. And if you look, that's the family crest of the original owners right there on the facade there. It's really beautiful. And I tell you, the square is full of beautiful buildings. Heads up, English speakers, there's not a lot of information in English that we can find. A lot of the buildings have little informational placards, but most of them are only in German. And the tourist information office was closed at 12 o'clock today. Today's Sunday, and they have shortened hours over this weekend. I'm not sure why, but normally it's open later, but today it closed at 12. It's only open 10 to 12. Now, I will say that just imagine the square. This is the 2nd of February. It's pretty cold and a lot of stuff is not quite open. But imagine the square on a nice warm day with we have lots of sunshine, but imagine a nice warm day, lots of sunshine, flower boxes all over the place, the fountains running, people are sitting outside, enjoying a drink or a meal or whatever. So, in the summertime, springtime with warmer weather, it's got to be really fantastic. It's beautiful today, but it's chilly, and it's in February, so it's not quite running at full speed. But I tell you, just fantastic, a really fantastic city. And you got to come to Bad Camberg, especially if you're looking for a day trip from Frankfurt. I highly recommend it. This spectacular tower behind me, constructed in 1392, was part of the old city fortifications. It was along the city wall, and it houses the city museum and the tower museum. Unfortunately, they are closed. I think they're only open from April through October. So we're in February, so it's not open now. You can climb, I think it's 133 steps, and to the lookout point of that tower, which I would love to do. And when I come back in the warmer days, I'm definitely going to try to do that. And it's cool. And this is the end of the Amts building, the Amthof, which is like the city office, the city business offices, I guess. I'm trying to think of the word for Amt. Can't quite think of it right now. But a really cool feature. And it was, like I said, built in 1392. And it used to be part of the city fortifications and the city wall here in the Bad Camberg. And one cool thing about this tower, you can see the entryway, one of the entry points into the city. It had a drop gate on the outside. So on the outside entrance, it had a drop gate. And on the inside, it had a swing gate. So it had two different types of fortifications to protect the city and ensure safe entrance, so we didn't let bad guys come in. We've been traveling a lot, and we've been eating a lot of German food, which we love. We love German food, but we wanted to try something different today. So we popped in here to this Greek restaurant, Poseidon, I believe is the name of it. There's quite a few Greek restaurants in Germany. And so we got a couple beers, we've ordered our food, and we got our salads, and they gave us a little shot of ouzo, nice and cold, to kind of get your palate ready to eat. And all right, look at this beautiful plate of food I have. I got a combo teller. I can't remember what the name of it was. I just ordered it, but I can't. I've already forgotten which one it was. But I have rice. I have a lamb cutlet. I have this skewer. I forget what this is called. I have gyros, and I have a steak, and I have some tzatziki, which is a Greek sauce, a Greek spread to put on things, and it smells fantastic. But I want to show you what Betty got. One of my favorite Greek dishes is moussaka, and it is and I don't know if you know, some people might call it Greek lasagna, I suppose, but it has a bechamel sauce on top that is just lovely looking. It's so it looks so good, nicely cooked on the outside. Has ground beef, an eggplant, and sometimes potatoes on the inside. And that is one of my favorite dishes. Betty actually makes an excellent homemade moussaka at home, which is actually my favorite, but it's pretty good at restaurants too. So I cannot wait to dig into this. It is so tender, and it has just a little bit of that lamb flavor to it, but it's spiced really nice. They put some good seasoning on it, and it's spectacular. Cooked perfectly, I would say. And I'm going to try some of my gyros, some onion. Oh boy, that is really good. But it's fantastic. So this moussaka, it is really fantastic. And look at this topping on here of this bechamel sauce, nice and brown on top. We've got a layer of eggplant and potatoes in there, and I believe this is ground lamb, or maybe it's mixed, some sort of mixed ground beef, ground meat. But it's really spectacular. Very well prepared. That's one of the best moussakas I've had. Really fantastic. The topping is really what makes it. So yeah, service is great. They've been super friendly to us. So I can say I highly recommend coming to Poseidon Greek restaurant when you're in Bad Camberg and get yourself a nice meal. It is really spectacular, delicious, friendly service, and we give it 2 thumbs up. Yamas. And they gave us another shot of Uzo on the way out. So there you go. Loving life at the Greek restaurant in Bad Camberg. All right, so this beautiful building behind me is the Amthof, which means the administrative square, the administrative buildings, I guess. And it is one of the largest timber framed buildings in all of Hesse. And built in the 1600s, 3 separate buildings that are joined together. They kind of have bridges that connect them. So you can, if you go inside, you can walk from building to building, but a spectacular structure. It's one of the prettiest buildings, one of the prettiest timber frame buildings I think I've ever seen. And it's definitely the prettiest, the main focus of attention here in Bad Camberg. And it joins with the city tower that we were just at that has the city museum in it. So if you're at the city museum, you can just walk out and hit the Amtshof. Really spectacular. And it's right next to the Kurhaus. The tourist information office is right in front of me, basically 50 meters in front of me. And that's where you go get your information. Like I said, they have shortened hours this weekend. I'm not sure why that is, but normally they're open later. So go there, get your city maps and stuff like that to find out, to explore this beautiful town. So that's Kurhaus. It's kind of like a spa, and you go there. They have like different treatments normally associated with water. So Bad Camberg. So when a town has Bad in the first of its name, it looks like bad in English, B-A-D. That means it's like a bath town or a spa town, if you will. So Bad Camberg has a lot of natural hot springs and things like that. So therefore, it is a spa town, and the Kurhaus is where you can go. To get a spa, to get that type of treatment, sauna probably, soak in warm water. So there you go, the Kurhaus, tourist information, and you've got the Amtshaus, Amtshof, right behind me, in front of you. Beautiful way to start your visit here to Bad Camberg. So this little courtyard here, right there, where that rounded out portion is, the nice tree there, that housed the Witch's Tower into the middle of the 19th century, forgive me. And so the Witch's Tower imprisoned witches, and they were put on trial here. Now, if you've seen our video on Idstein, we spoke quite a bit about the Witch's Tower in Idstein, which is only like, I don't know, 12 kilometers from here. It's not far at all. And so here in Bad Camberg, there were 13 women and one man, and they were convicted of witchcraft. Five of the women were ultimately executed. I believe they were burned at the stake. One woman subsequently just died of her treatment here. So I guess they were tortured pretty severely. The rest of them were ultimately released, those that weren't killed. But the tower stood here, and it was like a prison for people who were convicted of witchcraft. And during the Middle Ages, there was a lot of that going on both sides of the Atlantic. I'm sure many people are familiar with the Salem witch trials in Massachusetts in the United States, where they also had a lot of witch trials here in Germany. And if you remember our Idstein video, the most witch trials in Germany were actually in Trier and Rhineland-Pfalz. All right, so there you go, a little history here from Bad Camberg on witches. All right, so some of these pretty old buildings have like cool sayings written on them. And this one I noticed as I walked by, and then it says, Auch ich war einmal jung und schön anno 1663. So that means I was also one time young and beautiful, and it was built in 1663. So pretty cool. And I think it might not be young anymore, but I still think it's a very beautiful building. All right, so this is the Peter and Paul Church at Bad Camberg, and it was built in the 1700s. We just went inside, and it is really beautiful in there. The ceiling is really pretty. Some nice paintings. Yeah, the chorus is very nice. Really a beautiful building. The organ is also, we didn't hear it, no one's playing right now, but it looks very beautiful. Quite a spectacular church. There's not a lot of information about it, especially in English, so I don't really know a lot about it, but I can definitely tell you when you're in Bad Camberg, it's definitely worth your time to go inside the Peter and Paul Church. Take a look around, leave a donation, say a prayer, whatever strikes your fancy. But it's definitely a beautiful building, and it just adds to the great trip here. So we have our cake and coffee, and I have Eyre liqueur, which I assume has some sort of egg liquor in it, and Betty has the forest fruit cake, and these look super good. This place, I don't know what the name of this place is, but it is really busy. People were lined up downstairs, so it looks like must be a really good place. And so here we go. Yeah, that's outstanding. It has like Eyre liqueur cream in it, a nice cake, chocolate cake, and some yellow cake. Really good. Ooh. That hits the spot when you need something for your sweet tooth. A nice cup of coffee as well. Wow, that is fantastic here in Bad Camberg. And I'm going to sneak over here and try a little bit of Betty's. The forest fruit cake is also very good. Not very sweet. A little bit of tangy. Slightly sour from the fruit, but really delicious. So both cakes are pretty spectacular here at Bad Camberg. This little I tell you, this place has been busy all day. We walked by here a few times, and people were in there in the morning, and then in the afternoon for the cake and coffee rush, it got really bombarded. So this is definitely the place to be. And you will find it when you're walking through Bad Camberg. There's no doubt about that. All right, so if you look at this tower, this is the Unterturm, or the lower tower, and it was part of the city fortification connected to the wall, but now it's earned the name of the Leaning Tower of Camberg, or the Leaning Tower of Bad Camberg, I guess, because it tilts over about 1.5 meters. If you can tell, if you can see that, you can see it from here. It tilts over, and back in the day when the wall was still here, it kind of tilted over and leaned up against the city wall, but quite a striking feature here in Bad Camberg. And then right below it, right to my left, is the fire brigade fountain, and that was built to commemorate those who fought the fire. Bad Camberg actually had 2 fires, one in the 1700s and one in 1886, I believe, that destroyed quite a bit of the city. And so that's to memorialize the fire brigades who fought those fires and saved the cities. The latter fire caused a lot of damage because it used up a lot of the drinking water for the city to fight the fire. So the city suffered not only from the fire, but also from a lack of drinking water afterwards. So there you go, part of the history here in Bad Camberg. All right, so thanks for joining us on this great day trip to Bad Camberg, just right down the road from Frankfurt am Main. Beautiful day trip, just a spectacularly beautiful little city. And I tell you what, these little jewels are they're scattered all over Germany. And, like we had never heard of this place until just a couple of days ago. We got here and we were just absolutely blown away with how pretty it is. Lots of old historic buildings, an old historic city wall, a couple of towers, just really cool. And we're here in definitely the off season. I would think in the warmer months, it's got to be, even more spectacular to visit here. So what do you think, Betty?
It's a wonderful day trip from Frankfurt for sure. I would highly recommend it. We had a wonderful time.
Yep. Yeah. Just, a little less than an hour from Frankfurt by train. The good old regional Bahn, what is it? 22? 62?
RB22.
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 That's right, RB22, and it'll get you here in less than an hour, and it's a great way to spend your day. So, if you haven't been here, put Bad Camberg on your list whenever you're traveling through Germany, and you will not be disappointed. Like this video, be sure to hit that like button, and think about subscribing to our channel and follow us for further exciting adventures here in Germany and around the world.
Until next time.
Cheers.